Hey everyone, welcome back to another Tic Tac Taiko. I'm going to try something different. I've got all of these triplet based drills in my head, and normally what I would do is take like 3 of them with all of their associated variations, post them on one long ass video. But what I want to try instead is to make each drill its own separate video, so they're going to be a lot shorter, and I will post them each week. Now I'm curious to see, are these videos easier for you to digest? I'm also curious to find out if it's more fun or more work for me to record them in batches, if there's more people watching them, if they watch them for longer, etc., etc. So this is an experiment. Now, with that out of the way, let's get to today's triplet drill. In my video of the Taiko triplet rudiment, I talk about there being 6 possible ways to accent your triplet. You can accent the 1, the 2, or the 3. You can accent the 1 and 2, the 2 and 3, or the 1 and 3. For today's video, for all of the drills today, we're going to focus on the accents that have 2 notes accented. And I'm going to call these doublets. Maybe that's not the right term, maybe there is an actual term, but I like doublet. The doublet of 1 and 2 is really, really simple. Right? You're accenting the first 2 notes and the 3rd note is soft. And that's it. You have enough knowledge now to practice this just as well as I can. The big thing here is the same as with a triplet where you have 1 note accented, and that's dynamics. Your loud notes should be the same volume as all your other loud notes, and your quiet notes should be the same volume as all your other quiet notes. As you get faster, this gets more difficult. So when you're playing this, be really mindful of the quiet note especially, because that quiet note will want to creep up. So you want it to sound like this, instead of where it loses the definition of even being a triplet. It just kind of sounds like just a bunch of notes. Practicing a doublet is good to do at different tempos. I recommend a metronome if you want to hold the tempo for a while. Of course, you can go from slower to fast, but be careful that you just don't go fast because you're not thinking, you're going fast because you intend to. So, 2 examples. Doublet of 1, 2 at a moderate tempo, and then at a faster tempo. The 2-3 doublet is a little different, but not by much. Mainly in that if you do it fast and you don't have a metronome to keep that 1 very clear, it will shift from a 2 and 3 to a 1 and 2 in your head. Now maybe it won't, maybe you're really good at locking on, but for me, eventually I just start zoning and it becomes a 1 and 2 every time. So let's see if that happens to you as you watch me try the 2-3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I know it shifted for me. Did it shift for you? And finally, we have the 1 and 3. Now, when you play a 1 and 3, you have a dongo. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we've covered that in the Taiko rudiment. But when you're playing it this way as a doublet, your right hand will play 2 accents, and your left hand will play 2 accents. And it's a very unusual, but sometimes very fun feel. So here's 1 and 3 moderate, then 1 and 3 fast. Why would you do a doublet over a triplet? Why not? Doing something like a doublet takes the drill that you're already familiar with and switches it up a bit. If you're only practicing drills you're familiar with, at best you're going to soon hit diminishing returns. Most likely you're going to hit a wall, you're not going to progress. So take a doublet, pick any one of the 3 variants and play around with it. Remember, the most important thing is the dynamics. So change the tempo accordingly so that you can practice dynamics and eventually build up your tempo, push yourself. And there we have our first triplet drill of a limited series, let's say, the doublet. I'm really curious to hear feedback. I would love to know if you like this shorter format, if you want more videos like this, and of course, if you just like the video in general, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also, giving me a subscribe is a great way to say how much you care. Until then, keep practicing and be well.